Welcome. In this video, will Xcn coin price skyrocket? We will analyze it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and please watch to the end to understand. Looking at the chart as a whole, there is a clearly established downtrend structure that continues to influence price action. This structure shows that in the past, price has systematically moved in a certain direction, making lower highs and lower lows, meaning that the market was under the control of sellers for some time. However, a careful technical approach to this picture may provide some early signals that the downtrend is slowly losing its strength. In particular, the fact that the price has approached this downtrend line several times and attempted to break it to the upside may indicate that buying pressure is building in the market and investor psychology is starting to change. In technical analysis, falling trends often act as resistance. Each time the price approaches this line, it usually encounters selling pressure and starts moving down again. However, this behavior is not always permanent. Over time, if the price touches this line more often and retreats less each time it touches it, this indicates that the trend is weakening and the price is now gathering strength to break it. We are talking about a similar structure right now. The price has tried to break above this downtrend several times in the past, but each time it has been met with some selling and retraced. If these pullbacks are not too deep and the subsequent rallies are stronger, this is an indication that the bulls are starting to dominate the market more. What is critical in such scenarios is that each new contact with the trend line is made at a higher level. So if the price is making higher lows on each new test, this signals that a reversal is on the verge. Right now, the price may be approaching the falling trend line again and preparing to make another breakout attempt. Despite previous failed breakout attempts, this new breakout has the potential to pave the way for a stronger uptrend. If the price finally manages to break this falling trend line to the upside, it would not only technically mean that a resistance level has been crossed, but psychologically it would also mean that the market has experienced a major turnaround. Because with this breakout, the price, which has been under bearish pressure for a long time, declares that the pressure is over and a new bullish process has begun. Such breakouts usually occur on high volume and the price accelerates rapidly upwards after the breakout. This gives investors confidence and encourages new buyers to enter the market. In addition, a retest move can often be observed after this breakout. That is, the price may return to the falling trend line it broke and test this level as support. If this retest is successful and the price manages to hold here, this paves the way for a much stronger uptrend. Because in technical analysis, such retests provide a second buying opportunity for traders and make the uptrend more permanent. In this context, a break of the falling trend line is not only a short-term bullish move, but also the start of a strong bull trend that could last in the medium to long term. Especially if the price breaks through its previous highs and starts to persist at higher levels, it would indicate that the buyers have fully taken control of the market and new target levels are now being discussed. In addition, a breakout of this downtrend is accompanied by a significant shift in investor psychology. Many investors who were previously hesitant to trade for fear of a decline now start to trust the market and expand their positions to buy. This contributes to both increased liquidity and a further rise in prices. As a result, this latest approach of the price to the currently falling trend line is stronger and more promising than past attempts. Although it was not successful in previous tests, this time the technical outlook shows that the probability of an upside breakout is quite high. But we cannot decide the analysis only with trends. Let's look at other metrics. Keep watching. When the chart is analyzed, the descending triangle pattern stands out as one of the important formations. This is one of the most common patterns in technical analysis, where price movements get stuck for a period of time and try to determine their direction. In particular, the price structure, which forms a clear support line and descending peaks over time, fits the definition of a descending triangle. In this type of pattern, the price tries to find an equilibrium in the support zone at the bottom while continuing to be pressured from above. However, this balance is not permanent. The price fluctuates in this congestion area for a certain period of time and then makes a strong breakout to clarify its direction. Looking at the current situation, we can see that the price is moving within the boundaries of this triangle and is getting more and more squeezed. Each new attempt makes the boundaries of the triangle clearer and draws traders' attention to this structure. In particular, touches to the upper falling trend line may have caused the price to pause at lower levels each time. However, this does not mean that the structure will only break down in a bearish direction. In technical analysis, descending triangle patterns can form an unpredictable squeeze, and upside breakouts are not uncommon. Therefore, the The breakout direction of the current structure is of great importance and should be carefully monitored. This squeeze phase in descending triangle patterns is often regarded as a period of consolidation. Every time the price approaches the limits of this structure, both buyers and sellers come into play. This is an important sign that the market is getting closer to making a decision. That is, a breakout is approaching. Right now, the price continues to move decisively within the boundaries of this triangle, signaling that a strong move is coming soon. In addition, the fact that the price is unable to move down further inside the pattern and remains stable at the support level indicates that buyers are strongly engaged and defending this area. This makes a breakout to the upside more likely while weakening the bearish possibility. The longer the squeeze within the pattern lasts, the stronger and harder the breakout may be. Therefore, this waiting phase may actually be a period where the price is gathering energy ahead of a big move. If the breakout occurs on the upside, it is likely to create a much more positive structure. In particular, the distance at the widest part of the pattern could be taken as the target price after the breakout. This is a very common projection in technical analysis and often aligns with actual price movements. So, if the price breaks this descending triangle upwards and moves towards the target, this would not only be the realization of the target of the pattern, but also conclusive evidence that the market has changed direction and the buyers have the upper hand. This process also has important implications for investor psychology. At the moment, many traders may be cautiously waiting for the outcome of this pattern. However, an upside breakout gives the market a great deal of confidence, especially considering that the price has bounced back from the upper trend line many times before. Finally breaking through this level means breaking a psychological resistance point for traders. This would lead to an increase in buying positions and an acceleration of the price. However, pre-breakout analysis should take into account not only the pattern, but also the overall trend structure of the price, other technical indicators, and even fundamental analysis data. If the overall market conditions are favorable, Bitcoin or other major players are bullish, and the price is making a move towards the upper band of the descending triangle, the chances of an upside breakout are quite high. In terms of technical analysis, the MACD indicator, one of the indicators that investors attach great importance to, continues to generate important signals on price movements. In the current chart structure, the MACD indicator is positioned at a very critical level. Especially the possibility of an upward intersection at this level can be considered as a promising signal in terms of market dynamics. A bullish crossover of the MACD, that is a crossing of the signal line from bottom to top, is usually interpreted as a buy signal in technical analysis. This type of crossover has occurred many times in the past just before the price entered a strong uptrend. Currently, the MACD line and the signal line are quite close to each other. This suggests that the gap between the two lines is narrowing and a change of direction may be coming soon. Especially if the MACD line is starting to approach the signal line while it is positioned below, this could be a positive sign. This is because such patterns usually indicate that buyers are starting to gather strength and market momentum is shifting from the downside to the upside. This technical outlook suggests that prices are trying to hold at current levels and have the potential for a strong breakout. We should wait for the MAC crossover. Yes, friends, I hope you liked the video. If you subscribe to my channel and like the video, more videos will be coming. Be careful in your investments, analyze the risks correctly, and always take strategic steps. I will be with you with different analyses, investment opportunities, and technical information in my videos. I wish you all a lot of profit. See you soon.